Hey people, it is Wednesday the 10th of December, currently 6:26 a.m. and about 0 degrees, feeling more like -3 with the wind chill, but as you can see, we're getting some snow this morning and I think it's expected to continue on throughout much of the day. It's currently very wet snow, very slippery snow, and quite heavy feeling as well. And I think upwards of 10 centimeters might be possible to fall upon parts of the Greater Toronto area today. Not sure about here in downtown, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. The exact freezing point here where rain turns to snow. It could go either way, I guess, with a slight change in temperature. And I think rain is also possible for later in the day. There'll be a changeover from snow to rain, and then maybe back to snow again. So I'm just walking along Gerrard Street. I thought maybe I'd head over to Yonge Street. To walk carefully though, this is really slippery. And I have to also keep an eye on my camera and make sure it doesn't get too wet. I do have my umbrella with me in case I need to open that. Actually, my lens is also going to get covered with moisture also. Yeah, I think I can see already the need to open my umbrella here. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but it looks like it's definitely necessary. I'll give my lens another wipe here. Jarvis Hooker Harvey's isn't even open yet. Not sure what time they open. Whoa! Every few steps my foot just slides along the sidewalk here. Yeah, so far this has been a pretty winter-like late fall. Oftentimes at this point in the season, Toronto hasn't really seen much in the way of snow and winter weather. That usually doesn't come until towards the end of December or even into January. But we had that freak early snowfall at the beginning of November, which was very unusual. And then by late November, we've just had lots of cold temperatures and just continuous little dustings of snow since December began. And the cold temperatures have just kept this little amount of snow from melting. Now today we're getting possibly a lot more. Looks like I have a newly plowed sidewalk here. I guess that's good for me. It's still kind of slippery though. It's coming down pretty good. It definitely looks like it's literally on the verge of becoming rain. The walk's so slow though. If you don't have an umbrella, you're going to get soaked just as if it were raining. It looks nice though. That's a ghost bike, I think. At these temperatures, once the snow starts to accumulate, we're going to end up with a huge mess of slush. It's one of the worst parts about Toronto winters. When we do get snow, it usually ends up being dirty slush before too long. So putting my Vessi waterproof shoes to the test here. Even they have their limits, I've discovered before. Shake all the snow off my umbrella. Walking past TMU here. Lots of traffic on Girard already. I just want to cross to the other side of the street. Gotta step gingerly here, otherwise I'll end up on my tuchus. Alright, we're at Yonge. It took longer than normal due to the slow pace I'm walking. Maybe I'll take a little detour through College Park over here. We'll just take a look at it. Probably won't be much going on at this hour, but it might look nice. A little bit of shelter here. Shake all the wet snow off of my hair after I first came out. Before I opened my umbrella, I already accumulated quite a lot of snow on top of the head there. It's dripping down on my face now. All right, College Park. I think they've opened the Barbara Ann Scott ice rink or skating oval. That's what you call it. Although at this hour, once again, I doubt anybody will be making use of much in the park right now. I like this Yonge sign they have here. That wasn't there before. can already feel my Vessi shoes starting to fail. Getting hints of dampness in my socks. That shouldn't be a thing, Vessi. So here's the skating oval. I'll probably come back here for another video at a time when the park is busy and lots of people are skating. There's another rink nearby. Maybe I'll do a multi-rink walk. I've already done that earlier, actually, from the waterfront to Nathan Phillips Square, where they each have a nice rink. But there are other rinks. Just a little detour through College Park. I'll just head over to Bay Street here. It's so wet. If I didn't have my umbrella, I would be soaked right now, and my camera would no doubt be so waterlogged I probably would have had to stop the video. And I almost wasn't going to bring my umbrella. Alright, Bay Street heading south. This car just can't wait 2 seconds here. steamy. There's Elm Street, always looks nice. I think I walked along there last time I recorded a snow walk video in this area. So maybe I won't do it again. We're approaching Dundas. What a soggy slog. Alright, now I'm going east along Dundas. See Yonge and Dundas right up ahead. A 510 Spadina. Not sure what's up with that. That streetcar is still sleeping. Doesn't even know what street it's on. Some of these streetcar routes do run 24 hours. Which is obviously very handy. And of course, much of the city buses also run all night long. The subway closes usually around 2 or 2:30 a.m. depending on what station you are catching it from or riding it to. Really see the flakes coming down with all the bright lights here. It looks like they're setting something up in the square. Seems like it's been a little while since they've had something taking place in the square. Maybe it's their little Christmas display. Yeah, that's what it is. Winter glow. Got like a Ferris wheel. Got a carousel. Yeah, that did quite well last year. Nice to see that it's coming back. It adds a festive feeling to Yonge and Dundas. Now the sidewalks here are much easier to walk along. They've been salted. You can actually pick up the pace a little. I had to walk so carefully before. Got the new Italy and the new Simons. I did videos showing both of those places after they opened. So as we make our way south down Yonge, well, the snow is still coming down. Maybe it'll become rain later on. But if it does become more snow later, I'll probably be back out recording more of that. I'm going to start to wrap up this walk. I hope you enjoyed the very early Wednesday morning snowy walk around downtown. This wet, sticky snow. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. Or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. You can find me on Instagram also under K Continuum, and that place is already quite busy. The Sweat and Tonic Gym. But thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue